You're relaxing on the couch when you notice your cat licking the same spot again, and again, and again. At first, it seems like normal grooming, but then you realize that one patch of fur looks thinner, maybe even a little bald. The sound of constant licking starts to drive you crazy, and a scary thought hits. Is this just cleaning, or is something seriously wrong? Today, we're going deep into one of the most misunderstood cat behaviors, excessive licking and over. By the end of this video, you'll know how to tell the difference between healthy grooming, comfort habits, and silent stress or health signals that need real attention. Every cat owner expects their pet to clean themselves. Cats are famous for being neat freaks. They can spend hours each day grooming. But in 2025, vets and behavior experts report a big rise in questions from U.S. owners about cats who are licking so much that fur is disappearing, skin is irritated, and the behavior is starting to feel obsessive. Articles and clinics all say the same thing. Overgrooming is extremely common, and it's often a red flag, not just a personality quirk. First, let's quickly define what too much actually looks like. Normal grooming is spread out, a bit after meals, after using the litter box, when settling down for a nap. The coat stays even, smooth, and full. Overgrooming, on the other hand, usually has clear patterns. The cat targets the same areas repeatedly, often the belly, inner thighs, base of the tail, sides, or front legs. Over time you'll see thinning fur, broken hairs, or small bald patches. Sometimes the skin underneath looks pink or slightly red. You may also hear long, intense grooming sessions that seem to go on, even when the cat should be resting. There are two big categories of causes: medical, physical, and psychological, emotional. Often, both can be involved at the same time. Let's start with the physical side, because this is crucial. If your cat is suddenly licking one area a lot, you need to rule out pain, itch, or irritation first. Skin allergies to food, fleas, dust mites, or cleaning products can make one area feel incredibly itchy. Even a single flea bite can start a cycle of licking and chewing that continues long after the bite itself is gone. Skin infections, ringworm, or mites can do the same. In these cases, your cat is trying to get relief from a very real discomfort. Pain inside the body can also trigger local licking. If a joint hurts, like the hips or knees, cats may lick the skin over that joint continuously. Some cats with bladder issues lick their belly or inner thighs. Others with anal gland or tail base pain focus back there. So when you see overgrooming, don't just look at the skin. Consider what deeper structure lies right underneath that spot. If your cat's licking is new, localized, or paired with other symptoms like limping, vomiting, changes in appetite, or avoiding the litter box, a vet visit is non-negotiable. No amount of behavior training will fix a medical problem. Now let's talk about the psychological side, which is where our cat's psychology angle really shines. Once medical issues have been ruled out or treated, a big cause of ongoing overgrooming is something called psychogenic alopecia or stress-related overgrooming. In simple words, your cat uses licking as a self-soothing mechanism, kind of like a human who bites their nails or twirls their hair when anxious. Grooming releases calming chemicals in the brain. For a stressed or bored cat, licking can become an emotional crutch. What kind of stress are we talking about? It can be obvious or subtle. Major changes like moving house, new pets, new babies, or loud renovations can all shake a cat's sense of security. But even smaller things, like a new piece of furniture, a different work schedule, construction outside, or tension between pets, can tip a sensitive cat into chronic stress. Indoor cats rely heavily on predictability. When their world feels out of control, their tongue can turn into a stress relief tool they overuse. Stress-related overgrooming also ties into a lack of outlets for natural behavior. Cats are predators, explorers, and climbers by design. When they don't get enough play, hunting simulation, vertical space, and mental stimulation, their energy and frustration look for another exit. Constant licking offers them something to do, a rhythm to fall into when nothing else is happening. You might notice your cat licks excessively when they're alone, after a minor scare, or during times when you're less available for them, like during long workdays or late at night. So how can you tell whether overgrooming is more about physical or emotional causes? Look for patterns. If your cat is itchy, all over, has scabs, or reacts strongly to being touched on the skin, a physical issue is likely. If the licking seems tied to certain times, like when guests visit, when you're gone, when a new pet is near, or after arguments in the home, it's more likely to be stressed. Sometimes, licking continues even after a skin issue is treated because the habit has become conditioned. Their brain expects relief from licking, so it keeps asking for the behavior. Regardless of the cause, your first move should be to involve a vet. Overgrooming is one of those behaviors where home guessing can waste time and let problems worsen. A vet can check for fleas and parasites, run skin tests, review diet for allergies, and examine painful joints or organs. Once they rule out or treat the physical stuff, they may confirm a diagnosis of stress-related overgrooming and recommend behavior changes or, in severe cases, anti-anxiety support. On the behavioral front, think in terms of reducing stress and increasing control for your cat. Provide safe, elevated resting spots where they can escape and watch the world from a distance. Set consistent daily routines for feeding, play, and quiet time. Use vertical spaces, cat trees, shelves, window perches, to give them territory they feel they own. In multi-pet homes, ensure each animal has their own resources, separate bowls, litter boxes, and resting areas, so your cat doesn't feel they're constantly competing. Enrichment is your best friend. Swap boredom, licking for play and puzzles. Use wand toys to simulate hunting, food puzzle toys to make meals mentally engaging, and a rotation of toys so they don't get stale. When you notice your cat starting a long licking session, you can gently interrupt with a toy or soft call, offering an alternative activity. Be gentle. You're not punishing the behavior, you're redirecting their brain to a healthier outlet. Environment can be softened too. Calming pheromone diffusers, quiet hiding spots, and predictable no-disturb zones help anxious cats relax. If the overgrooming started after a specific event, like a new pet, consider how you can ease that tension with gradual introductions, separate spaces, and supervised positive interactions. Sometimes, even something as simple as giving your cat a covered bed in a quiet corner can lower their baseline stress enough to reduce licking. What you shouldn't do is punish or shout at your cat for licking. From their perspective, they're trying to cope. Yelling or physically stopping them roughly can actually increase their stress, which can drive the behavior further. Instead, stay calm, work with your vet, and focus on making your cat's world feel safer and more interesting. Finally, monitor changes over time. Take photos or short videos of the overgroomed area every week so you can see if it is improving or spreading. Note what's happening in the household when licking is worst. Is it at night, when a certain person comes home, after you use a new cleaning spray, or only in one room? Those clues can help you and your vet pinpoint specific triggers and adjust more precisely. Overgrooming can be scary to see, but it's also one of the most important early warning systems your cat has. They can't tell you in words that something hurts, that their skin is on fire, or that their world feels too stressful, but they can show you with their behavior. When you notice licking crossing the line from normal cleaning to intense, repetitive focus, your job is not to be angry, it's to investigate. If this video helped you understand why your cat might be licking too much, hit like, share it with another cat parent who's worried about bald spots, and tell us in the comments where your cat overgrooms the most. Don't forget to subscribe to Cat's Psychology for more science-backed episodes.